Hola, ¿cómo estás? It is June 2025 and it is a hot one here in southern Arizona. Temperatures rose to 114 last week here in Tucson. Apparently the hottest it has been here since 2021. And we got a hot topic to cover today. Over the past few months, Tucson residents have grown concerned over an increasing number of fires seemingly spontaneously combusting around the city. Personally, I have witnessed two. One I witnessed while working, here it is, and another I witnessed while driving. The news and local social media has shown numerous photos of fires around the city. The media has claimed there have been 7 fires over Memorial Day weekend alone. For example, here they are.
The Santa Cruz riverbed right here is still completely charred. It's still smelling like smoke right now. I was here when it was completely engulfed in flames. And now the firefighters that were here say that it was a very active weekend for fires. This wasn't the only one they had to put out.
This was a very busy weekend for Tucson.
From Friday to Monday, Tucson Fire investigated 7 fires, a significant amount, Captain Andy Skaggs says.
Those are just the fires that we investigate. So I know if we're investigating 7 fires, there's a lot more fires happening out there that we're not going to, that are keeping the crews in the field really on their toes.
With the hot temperatures and dry conditions, he says there are many reasons for the fires.
I don't know that there's a rhyme or reason for it. The fires that we investigated, some of them were just accidental, fires that just accidentally happened. And then a couple of them were intentional, that people really, wanted to set fires.
He says the automatic aid program helps the different departments support one another and the community, allowing the closest agency to help despite jurisdiction lines.
That just overwhelm one particular resource, that they're able to call in another resource to assist them.
Now the charred remains of the Cortero fire. After brush burned through the wash during the weekend, Northwest Fire District was one of the departments who responded.
Did see an uptick in call volume, specifically with brush fires around the region.
He encourages the public to be careful and keep dry brush from around your home.
People traveling on roadways that might be traveling with a trailer, they have those safety chains attached. They can be dragging on the ground, can cause sparks, and the sparks then can ignite brush that's alongside the roads.
Reporting in Tucson, Tina Giuliano, KGUN 9.
Residents are concerned that one of these fires may get out of control and Tucson may experience an event similar to what happened in LA earlier this year, or what happened in Lahaina in 2023. Entire neighborhoods consumed by fire, lives destroyed, or the worst, ended altogether. Billions of dollars in damage and plenty of finger pointing to go around at the different levels of government. Many theories have been raised about what may be starting these fires, and there have been many scapegoats. Weather-wise, on a grand scale, the American Southwest has been in a 1,000-year mega drought. The region is going through the driest 25-year stretch in more than 1,000 years. Currently, in southern Arizona, it is experiencing severe to extreme drought. That's according to NOAA's website, which also states it has been the 4th driest year to date over the past 131 years. This has led to conditions which are ripe for fires to readily start and spread. Part of the reason why Tucson has been experiencing a rash of fires is because of the arid weather conditions. The National Weather Service states that 85% of wildfires are caused by human activity. I have to say, I don't think Mother Nature is guilty here. There has been no rain and therefore no lightning strikes. The primary natural cause of wildfires. That means these fires must have been started by human activity, and naturally that has led people to single out various groups that should be held accountable for starting these fires. People argued that it was the homeless, whether it was them being careless or otherwise. In various comment sections on Tucson related pages across several social media platforms, several commenters have even suggested arson. Perhaps the fires have been started by people motivated by political vendettas or angry ex-employees striking back at their former places of employment. In the little research I have done, most of these fires seem to be accidental structural fires. Several were house fires, for example, and the cause isn't really exactly clear about how those started, other than it was an accident. And another was started in an RV, and there are many things that could go wrong in an RV. If any of these fires start near a road, it's almost guaranteed to be a careless driver tossing out a cigarette and or joint. And well, that could be anyone that smokes. However, there have been several fires that can't be explained, specifically fires that have started in a wash. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the term wash, it is basically a small flat basin that is dry most of the year but fills up rapidly with water during our brief but intense monsoon season. Fires that have started there have caused concern in the community, as well as fires that have started in the countryside. For example, a brush fire that destroyed a South Tucson auto yard that resulted in the loss of some 50 cars. Many people have blamed unhoused individuals for sparking these fires in the washes, with concerned citizens citing safety issues. Matter of fact, the Tucson City Council just passed an ordinance on June 17th banning camping in city washes and parks. It was no secret that the ban was supported by opponents, citing the risk individuals camping in these washes may face, as well as pose to the surrounding community. It will be interesting to see whether that ordinance and its enforcement will actually decrease the incidences of fires in these washes and riverbeds across Tucson. What can be done to avoid any more fires, you ask? Whether they are the devastating fires that have consumed entire communities, or just these annoying small brush fires. Well, I'd say vigilance and personal responsibility are the two things we should utilize to reduce the risk of fire in our community. If you see a fire or suspicious activity, report it to the local police and or fire department. Personal responsibility is doing your part to not start a fire yourself, right? Making sure anything we do, like smoking, whether the cigarette is being ashed and disposed of in your car instead of tossed out onto the street, and making sure nothing on your vehicle itself is making any sparks. Just remember your general fire safety for your house, kind of related to the smoking in the car. Anything disposed of in the trash, make sure it isn't still lit, that it's completely out, and that it doesn't pose a threat anymore, whether it is a cigarette or something from the kitchen. Now is not the time to start experimenting with some difficult to explain project in your backyard that may start a fire. I know that, now's the perfect time to work on that engine for your certain bike or ATV, but just be aware that could spark a fire in your backyard, and make sure to work on those in a safe, secure area. Don't just think about yourself. What could happen to your neighbor, to your neighborhood, to your city, and this message is for everyone, whether you are the wealthiest person in Tucson or whether you live in the street. We all need to do our part to make sure our city doesn't erupt in flames. Have you seen a fire in the Tucson area recently? Share your story in the comments. What do you think is starting these fires? How should this issue be addressed in Tucson and any other communities facing a similar issue? If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for viewing this video, and vaya con Dios.